I'm going live with this. You guys can fix it on air. So, what we've got here is Brandon and Leah. And Ryan somewhere in the back. We're going to put his butt up on screen at some point in time. Brandon was supposed to take us live today. He tapped out. So I decided, you know what? We're still going live because we said we were going to do it last night. And I do what I say. Unless I decide not to do what I say, then I don't do it. So that's what we're doing. So we're working on stuff. We're working on audio. Brandon, say some stuff.
What's up, everybody? I did 100% tap out because I want to focus on this project.
Excellent. I can totally hear him. And now we're going to go to... There's one person in this gang that may or may not have been failing us. I'm not going to say any names, but I'm just going to say we've been messing that name up the entire time. So please say something, and I hope to God it's not doubled.
I hope it's not double either. Maybe not.
It is totally echoed up, and
fuck.
That makes me sad. It makes me sad inside.
I don't know what's going on.
Well, you know what? It was perfect, and then it wasn't. I like the fact that you waited until 1 minute before the countdown was there, and then you messed up the audio. Don't know what you did.
My fault.
I'm just saying one of us sounds weird, and one of us is you. So, we got Nurgle Matt in the house. What's going on, brother? You are here for the inaugural test stream for Mr. Brandon Valley. I think his stuff is called... Punch People in the Throat Gaming and Hobbying or something like that. Am I wrong on the title? I think I'm right.
I love it. I'm going to change it to that.
Still Frosty?
Still Frosty Gaming.
Yeah, Kyle. We already knew what it was. I don't have a problem knowing the name. I'm just an asshole. So that's all that happened there. So as we're working on having audio from our most Final Fantasy of painters here, what exactly are you working on, brother? Walk me through what the hell's happening.
So last week, Leah asked me to put together a corn display board along with matching bases for about 5,000 points of World Eaters. So all the bases are about 95% done. There's one more step I have to do on them, but now I'm just rocking out this display board before tomorrow.
And I like that today is before tomorrow. He is not wrong, everyone. That is a true statement. I like what's happening. Can I see one of the bases? Do you have them handy?
Yes. I do. Hold on 1 second. We're going to put it on Leah's screen. Here you go.
That's great.
All right.
Are those? Did you custom those, or are those? What is the basis for the? What is the basis for the bases?
So this particular piece, there's 3D printed ruins I found online, and then I had to build it so it actually would fit on the base. So there's a little bit of cork and gravel and ballast to help blend it all in together. Here's another example of just.
Do we have a model that's on one of the bases yet? The finished product?
Not yet.
Oh my! You were not screwing around. This is the last of the 8 days of corn.
So this particular base and about 25 others like it are going to have a resin river of red blood poured in this evening.
Oh, that sounds badass. So when you say this evening, can we do one like almost now so I can see what it looks like?
No.
Aww.
I'm doing it all at the same time, and the reason being is because on the display board where I'm pointing right now, this is all going to be that same effect. So I'm going to be painting out the bones, and then this will all be covered in that red resin as well, and I want the colors to match.
They could still match. Brad wants to see. I want to see.
You're colorblind.
I can see some colors.
We'll have to do an update later tonight.
I mean, are you? Will you?
Yes. I don't know about the audio quality, but
I do
definitely
like the fact that we were literally trying to get this to go live forever ago, and Brandon finally is like, well, I'm doing this, this, and this, and he kept pausing. He goes, are you just trying to say that you want me to make us go live? And he goes, yes. Like, okay, well, I have to go do some stuff then. The bases do look sick, Kyle. Now, are those, you said that these are 100% like custom, basically.
Yes.
And, well, let's ask. Leah, what do you think about these bases? Were they everything your hopes and dreams were made of?
It was completely. And at least better.
Yes, you totally don't have dual audio, and it makes me so happy.
I'm learning.
I'm so happy about this. I'm not happy that you sabotage me. You're like, hey, everyone, we're going live in 8 seconds. You're like, yeah, it's enough time for me to fuck this shit up.
100%.
But, so you've got an entire display board and a pour blood left. Leah, what do you have left? And obviously it's going to take you just till today because that's all you have. But what do you got?
That's all I have.
What do you have left to do?
18 8-pound that have left to finish. 2 berserkers. And the guns on the war dogs.
Can I see a couple of the finished models and turn them slightly sideways so we can see them better on the camera?
Here's the war dog.
Lay them down, basically. That way. Yep. But bring them towards the camera just a little bit. And give them a little bit of a model spin. Oh yeah, make it sexy. Yeah.
You know, we could probably get this guy in his base because he's done.
Well, fuck, what do you mean? Do it then. I don't understand what's happening here. Chop, chop, people.
All right. Here you go. I believe in you.
Wait, what am I doing?
You're taking that guy off his base and you're putting him on that base.
Oh,
I mean, I do have a paint palette over here somewhere, which I painted that one model that KR owns, and that was my last model.
do we have a reason?
Whatever happened to the town that you airbrushed?
I am going to Bedlam in the Berg. I'm also going to be there. I am playing the dumbest Uthwai list I've made in a while, and it's going to be awesome. And it is literally going to get crushed by Desolators and Mortars. And I'm going to be sad, and I'm going to drink wine. But they're cooking steaks, which makes me happy. And I'm going to record a bunch of shit.
Now, does Dom's store have wine, or do you have to bring your own?
Dom's store does not have wine, but it does have a liquor store that is literally less than a block away. So, Brandon doesn't think Desolation Marines are good. I mean, Brandon was also going to stream today. So, I mean, sometimes he doesn't get things right, everyone. I mean, look, my motto is I've been wrong and I'll be wrong again. So everybody's just got to embrace that and move on with their lives.
I mean, if Ryan's throwing shade from over there, just say his butt is internet famous now.
That is true. I am going to put it up in just a moment. I want to put the Emperor up for a little while. I don't know if I want to go a full stream looking at his boxers. So we did say, would you like to be internet famous? And he said 100% yes. And this is what we got. So let me go ahead and make that large and in charge here. Oh yeah. What are you in urgent care for, man?
Oh, don't forget.
Look, man, the only people that are allowed to go to the hospital are me. So you can't be doing that.
Who's going to urgent care?
I don't know. Zach's in urgent care. I need to know what's happening here. I've got a medical background from just being this sick.
And y'all guys have heart attacks to eat this.
I don't know how long I'm going to keep this up. I mean, your boxers are more internet famous than you are now.
At least they're clean boxers.
I can't tell. He chose a lot of colors that I can't see. Your entire outfit is literally shit that I can't see. You are kind of blue gray. I don't know what you are. What colors are you actually wearing? What is this picture? That's all I want to know. No one's going to tell me? No one's going to tell me the colors these are. This is why you pick on colorblind people. Jeans in dark green? Like, is it all dark green?
So his underwear is royal blue and forest green.
Those aren't even real colors. Royal blue thing. You know what? I'm wearing super tall gray and a black hat. No, sorry. An emperor black hat. If we're just going to put random words on shit. So... just like, what are we talking about here? Oh, I didn't know that. That's a thing. So Kyle says that GW doesn't own the name Ultramarine Blue. Army Painter does. Oh, that is amazing.
Well, it's just a color, so...
Abaddon calls, he wants his color back.
So are we going with Chaos Black or are we doing Abaddon Black?
Is that a thing? Are they different?
So when Games Workshop switches companies to produce their paint, they 100% change the names because it's a slightly different formula.
As somebody that literally, I think, can't basically see past navy blue, I think it is. I don't really know exactly what it is. I don't think any of those made any difference to me. What am I wearing right now? Like, this is, I got a black hat and a gray black shirt, right?
All right. Well, I'm going to have to go on Facebook to see.
Facebook?
Or YouTube. YouTube.
I was saying, I'm not even on Facebook right now. I totally took us live on one thing. This is a test. This is our test stream. Friday afternoon test stream for people. Everyone watching, thanks for hanging out with us, because this is literally us testing out the format and what we're going to do. You are basically watching the pilot of the Brandon and Leah show. So,
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at Brad's shirt. Brad, I would say you're wearing a light gray shirt. Or heather gray.
Heather Gray? I've got a sister named Heather. Does she steal?
do.
I steal her shirt?
Maybe.
I don't think this would fit her right. She is very small.
She is very tiny compared to you.
Yeah, I'm a giant compared to my sister. I like having her around. Makes me look tall. She's 4'10". Leah, how tall are you? I'm taller than you, too.
5'2". I'm 5'2".
Yeah, take that. Dude, totally dominating on these small girls here. That's all if I'm only compared to tiny women, I feel super tall.
How tall was that bartender at Cherokee?
Oh, yeah. She was, I don't know, like 1'2" or something.
Yeah, she was like hobbit size.
She was literally a mini. She was a Titan. Like an actual Titan on the board, though. Look at you, Kyle, watching stuff. It's nice. When are you coming up here, anyways? Are you coming for? You're both of you coming for MCM, and you're not doing the invitational, are you, Brandon?
No. So I was planning on doing the invitational and MCM, but unfortunately, a couple things popped up, so I'm not going to be able to do either.
Either? What?
Yeah.
What's going on with MCM? Also, why did my voice just get super high real second there? Apparently, I'm hitting puberty right now.
Because I made you sad. That's why. Hey, this is an opportunity to go to Rocky Top, I guess, since it's like 15 minutes away from my house.
Are you going to register as Chad Brester?
I mean, I could.
He could be Brad, not Chester, like I was in your house.
Not Brad, not Chester.
Not Brad, not Chester. The guy's got a nice ITC ranking. I should probably put some more events in. Ooh, this event will actually count. Fuck, I'll actually have to try at least a little bit this weekend. Because I don't have even close to 6 events in yet. Oh, shit, what are we going to do? Is that going to split the events? The season's literally going to be a dual edition season for ITC.
She dry. Yeah, she dry.
That's good.
I still don't know why it goes and ends in January. It should. GW schedules a summer-based schedule.
Well, I don't know. Occasionally, FLG does stuff. I really, really still think that we should make it so that LVO kicks off the season and embraces all new rules and shit, because they always come out with new shit in either January or the very end of December. So we should always be using that, because we always get a data slate or new something. I'd love to see LVO be the biggest tournament in the world and kick off all the new rules. I think that would just be badass.
So probably the next event I'll see you at, Brad, is ATC.
Well, that's too long. We got to do something before that.
Well, one thing I was thinking about, and I know I mentioned it yesterday, is having a kickoff party for 10th edition.
I'm down with that.
Where having people come over, play games, streaming painting models, you know.
And all of the
we'll
things.
Have to figure out the audio stuff, but.
Yeah. How about you buy a couple things? Microphone.
Yes, I plan on going shopping after this.
You've been shamed into going shopping?
I am. Like, I'm looking at this web camera and how shitty it looks on this board, and I'm very sad.
You need lapel mics and a webcam. Like a decent webcam. Or you can mount it.
All right. Whoever's on chat, I need someone to email me a decent web camera and some lapel mics so I could go shopping later today.
Bro, Zach, take care of yourself, brother. Allergic reaction, that's no bueno. Gotta EpiPen that shit. Kyle, just come to MCM. We'll figure you out. We'll just put you somewhere.
I thought he always had a welcome invitation of Lyle's bedroom.
Yes. They're going to snuggle. He's the piece of cheese between their bread. In my mind, it goes Lyle, Kyle, then Heidi.
Well, they've known each other for longer.
And he says you should use an Elgato. It's the webcam. It's amazing.
All right. Someone sent me a link. I want an Amazon link.
And he sent an Amazon link. Actually, just send it to me. I'll send it to Brandon. Or, I don't know. You guys are already friended up. I never know who knows anybody.
Yeah, and Andy, if you want to text it to me or send it on Facebook, whatever. Or send it to Brad. I don't care.
Or your OnlyFans. Either one.
I mean, there's a reason why I'm
I gotta
use OnlyFans to pay for everything.
I am setting up an OnlyFans because dude, have you ever checked out OnlyFans? I'm not saying like checked out naked people on OnlyFans. I'm saying like the format for OnlyFans. It's super good. It's literally
so the website was designed to help hobbyists and like, you know, people doing like extreme sports and introduce and talk about their hobbies. And then it just got bogarted by a bunch of naked people.
Yeah, it's super easy to use. It's exactly what you want to use to show people hobby coaching, just, you know, anything that you're doing. And I'm like, instead, it's just people's buttholes. It's not good. I mean, unless you're a butthole connoisseur, then it is good.
I like how Leah's being very quiet when we talk about OnlyFans.
Next thing you know, you find out she's got 4 different accounts. She's like, "How do you think I make a living?" But they're all like super. You're gonna find out they're all super specific. She's got like an 8-hour foot cam or something where it just stares right at her.
A foot cam while painting pictures.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta multitask. That's the thing. It's important.
Like she has so much lighting on her feet to get that right look that you know, her feet have a tan. That's the only place.
All right, let's talk about real things. I gotta figure out Britt's birthday is on Monday, and I haven't solidified the gift I want to get her because I tried to order something, and well, if you try to ship things international right now, occasionally shit goes down and you don't get your gift. So I have to go pick her something up. What do you think I should get?
She's a fan of Beauty and the Beast, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's not a communist.
So, I mean, maybe you start looking there. Is there a Disney store in the near area?
Unfortunately, they shut the Disney store down around here. I was debating on just grabbing her something when I was in Pittsburgh, or I'm just going to go effectively one. My plan is literally to, once I stop this stream, to clean my just getting back from the gym ass up and go and get her a gift. And then Tom's eventually going to pick me up, and then I'm going to Pittsburgh.
How far of a drive is that for you guys?
4 hours. 4 hour. Well,
Yeah.
depends. If Tom just decides to go to West Virginia again, it could be longer. So I'm probably going to stay awake this time. I don't have a blinding migraine that lasted 72 hours, which is what I had the last time.
So sorry.
Exactly. I got the Disney store closed down. I used to go there all the time. I haven't gone to the mall for forever. I literally went this year, and I was looking around and I was just like, hey, when did they close this? They're like, yeah, like 10 years ago, asshole. I'm like, all right, well, I may or may not have not been here in a while, so.
So I don't know what's at your mall, but there's a store called Lunchbox, and they have a lot of nerdy shit, like clothing and purses and jewelry.
Hold on one second.
You could always go to Pandora.
I'm yelling at the girl. Leah, move to your left.
Sorry.
Because right now you're painting miniatures off screen, and it's making me sad.
Better.
That is better.
Right, so hand goes in the middle of the towel.
Hand does go in the middle of the towel. If hand goes in the middle of the towel, or it gets the hose again.
So we went out to get Mexican food before coming over here. And I told them, oh, yeah, I have this gaming space. It's in my basement. And I saw their looks. And it looks like they thought I was going to like throw them in a hole in my basement.
You're like, oh, you didn't. I did say we were talking about OnlyFans. We got to make some content for my stream.
All right, let's put a poll up. What kind of lotion should we put on the skin
Oh,
before we get the hose again?
Do you not know? Do you not know Silence of the Lambs? Oh my god, how old am I?
Who doesn't know Silence of the Lambs?
Just saying, someone has called this out. Someone that might know. Someone that's got a famous internet butt.
So Ryan and Leah have been playing 40K since October of last year. How many armies do you guys own?
Well, do I have to answer that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we got an EC army, one World Eaters is two. Are we counting putting together in a sentence or in boxes?
Boxes.
Fuck.
Language.
Sorry.
Did you say language? I was just talking total nonsense. And you just yelled at her.
Well, she said fuck. Can't say fuck on the internet. It's offensive.
Okay, so in the war, I think we have 6,000 points of chaos. 8,000 points. Babe, how much chaos do we have? How much chaos?
2
We also have chaos.
billion.
Thousand Sons, Death Guard,
Demons.
all demons.
I love anything that's going on here. You're like, we just got in the hobby. Let's get 1 million armies. I like your style.
So 7 armies?
Yeah.
Give or take.
That's silly sauce.
That's proper hobbying. They just started. They don't have the same amount of nonsense. Dude, you know who's got insane...
How many armies do you have, Brad?
I don't even know. Dude, I give all my... Between, like, Kramer, Snigs, like, anytime I win anything, I just hand them my prize support for one. So they just have my shit. And I've been deboing models from Snigs for 20-some years now, so I don't even know what's mine and what's his, because it's all a collective to me. We're a socialist republic. So... But, I mean, I started with Chaos, then immediately went Eldar. Then I got Space Wolves done, which was probably my nicest army for the longest time, and I barely played them. And then I've had Chaos, I've had some demons. No, I had a ton of demons at one point in time. before, dude, I've had like 3 different cases stolen.
Yeah, you had your Noise Marines taken.
Noise Marines taken. I had the demons taken because I had that whole corn army. What else did I get?
Corn
Gaffa.
baby.
I had the old style. I had the metal juggernauts, the kind of stuff that, like, if you threw them at someone, you could possibly kill someone. They were so heavy and super spiky.
That's when you put them in a tube sock.
Tube sock of what happened? The oddest homicide ever. You wouldn't see that one on SVU. How do you get killed? Repeated beating with a demon in a sock.
So, Brian, you've been playing for what, 25 years now?
Yeah, about a little bit less. I started right basically 2020. It's going on 23 years. Actually, no, it's not even going on time. It is 23 years. 23 years.
So 2000?
2000. I know, because I had my first open heart and got dropped off of the game room and basically was like, teach me how to play this goddamn game.
So I started playing it the year after, in 2001. And I was trying to explain why Games Workshop is starting to bring back old models. Like everything new, or everything old is new again. So like they have the Leapers that were in the 3rd edition codex, why Shrikes are potentially coming back. And they're looking at me like, that makes no sense.
Oh.
Remember back in like 5th edition,
sorry.
2011?
I got
the Chapter House Studios?
Yeah, I got distracted by Andy sending me a thing for managing stream stuff. I'm getting stuff. Also, Jeremy Knox is going to show me how to do some stuff. People are showing me how to do things. It's going to be awesome. But yes, one of the things that I think is hilarious right now, you've seen that, we talked a little bit about this, is all the 10th edition stuff is just old edition rules. You know what I mean? Yeah. Characters joining units, only buffing that unit. Yeah, man, that's how it was forever. You know? I mean, they're doing super high toughnesses, which are effectively armor values now. You know what I mean? Because they're 100%. Saying, because they're effectively saying that you have to have a certain amount of strength, a certain toughness, which means that it's effectively armor values again. And I like that, though, to be honest. The things that I want to see, and I think that they're doing, they've talked a little bit about, is it's definitely, sorry, I got distracted out. Is that a euphemism? I just don't understand. Demon in a sock. So, but
it's a big demon.
But I hated the fact that anything could wound anything. Like, fuck off. If there's a Land Raider in front of you and you're a gaunt, man, what are you doing? Chewing on tubes or something? Get out of here. They might not even know you're there. The second thing is they talked about it. They called it something different. I don't know if anybody's seen the Twitch streams from GW, but they didn't call it tank shock. They called it like ramming something or something like that. But like, you shouldn't be able to put like 3 grots in front of a Lehman Russ and be like, looks like you can't move anywhere. You're like, dude, I'm driving over your face. Get like this is I might not even realize I ran you over. Like, just make them move.
I mean, I'm already predicting they're bringing back to wound charts. And everyone keeps saying, oh, well, the game's supposed to be simplified. I'm like, yeah, it's a chart. How fucking hard is a chart?
Yeah, well, that's the thing is it used to be, if you remember when you doubled someone's, if your toughness doubled someone's strength, you literally could not wound them. It wasn't a 6. It was just go fuck yourself. You know what I mean?
So you think they're going to bring back instant death? Because I really want to railgun characters in the face.
I don't know if they do instant death because they're really against feels bads, and instant death in characters feels bad. So real 12 inches are fake 6 inch stuff. Yeah. But the big thing with that, I tank shock, I really think they need to bring back tank shock. Not even in the exact rule, but just the fact that big tank shouldn't be stopped. If the 3 of us, I'll give the 4 of us, I'll put Ryan in there, are standing in front of a Land Raider, the Land Raider is not going, yo guys, we can't go anywhere. These 4 idiots wearing t-shirts are in front of us. He's just going to be like, yeah, you might feel a bump. You might not. We're a Land Raider. That needs to come back. I do like the idea. I've hated aura abilities from the beginning when I did playtesting before 8th edition was even there. I bitched about auras the entire time. I fucking hate auras. I love characters joining units and leading the units. You know what I mean? Giving a bonus to whoever they're with. That's awesome. Also, how anti-thematic is it when you go to make a charge and the character doesn't make the charge, but the unit does? The character just goes, "Go get him, team. Have fun storming the castle." Why the fuck is he standing back there? So, yes. I look forward to those things. It makes it cool. One, it makes it easier to not have broken shit because it doesn't affect everything, but also it makes it cooler thematically. You know, your characters with his chosen retinue, his bodyguard, his whatever, making that awesome charge, you know, telling the unit of devastators exactly where to shoot, you know what I mean? Whatever it is. Those things are cool as fuck, you know? And I hate it when you're just buffing everybody kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, remember, I mean, you've been playing as long as I have. Hitting on 2s used to be a big thing. Having rerolls used to be nuts. You know, somebody that gave away rerolls was like such a huge thing. Because like even like my first Eldar armies, the only people that gave out rerolls only gave out rerolls to their specific aspect warriors and shit like that. It was such a huge deal for anybody to give out rerolls. Now, like, if you don't give out full rerolls, you're a bum. You're like, reroll 1s? Yep. Get out of here. Take your weak shit out of here.
I mean, back in 7th, the only rerolls you had were twin link weapons, really. And like 1 or 2 character abilities. That's it. There was no massive rerolls.
That was funny because that's what twin linking used to do, is reroll.
And now it's what, reroll wounds?
No, it's
according today.
Nope, it's just you effectively, a twin weapon just means you get both shots for the weapon.
That's in this edition.
Yeah.
They did like a weapon reveal, where in 10th edition it's going to go to reroll wounds.
Yeah, I haven't seen all of them on that.
Yeah.
I do think we're going to have just a shit ton of tanks. It's going to be a tank mana when we come out. And maybe they change it, but like, if you go look, I challenge everybody right now, go to the site. All of their articles about the game, the detachments, the everything else, they have a billion pictures of tanks. There's tanks, there's dreadnoughts, there's everything else. There is so little of anything that's not. Also, the stats are unless they give crazy unit abilities out of nowhere, dude. Comparing the Terminators to any of the vehicles was hilarious. T5 2-up save, yeah. Go pound sand. This speeder's T9. You know, T9.
Well, you look at the meltaguns only being strength 9. I'm like, since when has a meltagun wounded a land speeder?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You literally go, yeah, man, take your weak shit out of here. You know, also it's objective controlled, objective secured, whatever the hell, 3, and the big tanks are 5. It looks like we're going to be in a tank, especially when you're playing Index Hammer. Because, like, once we get all our toys, once we start getting, all the special rules and the abilities and stuff like that, yeah, you'll see more stuff. But, like, we're playing Index Hammer, man. That just means that whatever points per wound, points per attack is all that matters. You know what I mean? Also, monsters. Tell you the truth, monsters will probably be the same thing. I think that big shit. And the thing is that GW, in the end, is a company that sells models. You know what I mean? So, like, those kits all cost a fuck ton. So I can see them pushing them, especially at the beginning of an edition. Those all cost a lot of money. Everybody already.
How much is Lehman Russ now? 70?
Yeah, all of those are like 70 plus. I think is all of them. All those, a bunch of those tank kits are $100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
And people have been buying them because they die immediately.
Right. But I'm just saying, if they're super durable and they have objective control, objective secure, whatever the hell you want to, it is, they're just going to bring them, especially if certain things can't wound you. You bring something that's toughness 12 and all of a sudden you can't be hurt by bolt guns. I learned how to speak yesterday. But that's a big thing, man, because you can't get trashed by nonsense fire. You know what I mean? And that's a big deal because, like, if you shoot an infantry, you just might roll 1s. If you can't be hurt at all, awesome. You know what I mean?
So, we did mention that Leah this is her first edition change, along with Ryan. How do they feel about this? Like, to me, this is cyclical. I think we're going to be in a super defense oriented. Like your models aren't going to die as quickly in this edition. That's my prediction.
Well, at least in the beginning. Well, we've also
Yeah.
went through. I mean, I've went through everything from second. I started playing in second, so I've been second. This will be, obviously 10th. I've had a few edition changes. So, what do you guys? What do my young Padawans think about this?
No idea.
Well said, Leah. Well said. I don't fucking know. Like, look, man, I've been desperately trying to kick my meth habit, so that's really what's on my mind right now. So I can't be thinking about this edition change. No, wait, it's got to be space dust. What does Drago take in the video? Is that warp dust?
Yeah, warp dust. They don't get that reference either. You know that, right?
Oh, come on. You haven't seen that either? Drago, my man. These damn children nowadays. All right, let me see this model you're working on. Turn him a little bit, lay him down a little bit, make him tired. You gotta scooch over to your left again. You're pulling him up.
That's what you left.
Remember, model has to be in the middle of the napkin.
Slowly going to the right.
Yeah, I was just saying, as I go to the left, you're like, nah. Like, I'll go where I want to go. You can't tell me where to go. I do what I want.
Ooh, ready?
Ready.
Exactly.
There we go.
Has its WX.
Yeah, I love everything that's happening over here.
It's coming together. Slowly but surely.
See, this is a learning experience. Like, I need to find out that I need to buy a camera that's not terrible. Literally the worst quality camera ever.
Look, man, just because you're like, I found this Nokia laying on the ground, I should probably do the entire video on that. Also, you know what? Take the X down 2 inches to the left.
That work?
Hold on, I gotta look at it in real
But
time.
you got to move your hand back, too. Or put the camera back.
Hold on, right there,
Right there.
right there. No, as soon as I said right there, as soon as I said right there, you started moving all around. What is happening here? Do you have the shakes? What's going on? Do we need to take you to the? Are you going into withdrawal? Exactly. Are we taking you where Zach is? Are you both going for an allergic reaction?
Oh.
Just upgrade the potato. Potato cam upgrade complete.
You know, I always make comments about GW taking really shitty pictures to leak stuff. I can't say anything now.
Oh, I love everything that's happening here.
And I forgot to bring my photos too.
All of the things. We're rocking
Also,
it out.
shout out to Andy because he did send me a link to a camera. So
I also have a Stream Deck MK2 Studio Controller, 15 macro keys, trigger actions and apps, software like OBS. I hope this doesn't cost a lot because I'm definitely buying this. Dude, I'm going to have the best setup ever as opposed to the most jank setup ever. I'm also moving the stuff to the extra bedroom now, so I don't have like blinding lights on Britt's face all the time when she's trying to sleep. She's super excited about that when I turn those lights on.
I'm just waiting. I'm ready for the hot tub stream that you're going to be doing.
Dish, 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 dish. This is the problem when I log into anything on DOG. It's actually Tom's login, so I get all of his notifications now. And apparently Tom clicked notifications. Yes, I'd love to have all of those come up on everything I'm doing. Elgato products are really good for pro armature streamers. I don't know what that means. I mean, you said multiple times that you would help me, and then you didn't help me. Whose fault is that? I mean, it's clearly never my fault.
I mean, this is a learning experience.
I mean, I should title that. Instead of OMB Brandon and Leo Go Hobby, I should have said a learning experience for Brandon. I do love, I go, whose fault is that? And everyone immediately says, yours. So a few people have met me before, I guess. Damn it.
Okay, this was Brad's level of explanation. Hey, we're streaming. Okay, what do I need? You got this.
I said other stuff before. I also tried to handle some of your questions for technical questions when I answered them with "don't be dumb." I felt that was all the help you needed.
That is a very constructive way to help out somebody.
What?
Okay. Whoever's good at streaming and knows how to do this, please send me a message on Facebook.
This is hurtful that you didn't just take my advice.
Don't be dumb.
I mean, I said other stuff afterwards.
You did. I have OBS now.
See?
I have OBS.
We know who you are, the Watcher in the Dark. You're also 11. Actually, who's the youngest person in stream right now? Actually, Leah Brian, how old the fuck are you people? You're like 12 also. How old is everybody?
Garrett's not 12.
Garrett's 12.
He looks 12. He's got that baby face.
He's 24. Close enough. Leah, how old are you? She's
I'll be
like,
turning 28.
I like you thought about it for a while. I was like, is she just gonna give me like some weird? She's like, look, man.
And Ryan will be turning.
She's like, well, I was born on February 29th, so I'm technically 7.
I was just like, are you gonna do like a 20 and a half type thing? Like, what's happening here? Ryan, I'm not 12, I'm 13. Thank you very much. He reads it, but he reads at a sophomore level. Jesus Christ, I can be everybody's dad here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can be someone's grandpa.
Also true. Oh man, I forget sometimes that I'm super old, and then I remember. So we're glad to have you.
I've gone to a tournament and I said that you're my dad. Everyone believed me.
I mean, why wouldn't they? Grandfather, yeah. I could be. I mean, I technically could. We're not even. We're so past dad now. We're like, you could be my grandfather. It's no longer dad. It's just straight grandfather. I mean, if people started when I started, I mean, yeah, I could easily be a grandfather. Start playing my kids in 40K. I would pummel them mercilessly. Yeah, that is true. Every time someone loses to Brad, it's referred to getting spanked.
What are we going to call it this weekend when you're getting spanked with that Eldar?
Jesus. I don't know what my head was thinking with that. I was just like...
just take a yellow card and take a different army.
No, because I just bring the wolves.
Yeah. And?
Well, then I'd probably win, but...
Didn't you and Tom have a very long heart-to-heart about playing armies that are easy and not giving yourself a heart attack at events?
Yeah. Well, I was actually just going to go to this event just so I could just film some content and do like, because I want to do a weekend thing, but I want to talk. Dom's also got a lot of cool streaming equipment, so I was going to record some stuff while I was there. And I'm like, well, if I'm going there, I might as well play. So then I was like asking the chat what they'd like to see, and no one's been playing Eldar at all. You should be proud to be my son at a tournament, by the way. But that's for chat. And then I haven't been able to play my Eldar in a while. So I was like, yeah, let's just pull them out. And then I realized after I saw the lineup, it was a bunch of indirect armies that are going to pick me up. And yeah. And or demons.
So how many people are in this event?
Like 80. So it's like a legit GT. So I'm just showing up with my... I'm showing up we're trying to get style points, and everybody else is showing up to crush. So there's a bunch of people that are good and then bring beat stick armies. We'll see.
The event that we're going to, I think it's 24.
Yeah, see,
24, 26.
that's kind of what I was thinking I was going to. I'm like, yeah, just style around.
Dom's been selling out everything.
Oh, I love that. Also, in my day, we played Eldar in the snow both ways. I am going to give Tom a huge metric ton of shit if we play and I win the game with his guard. I'm going to taunt him mercilessly. I mean, not that mercilessly, because he'll throw me out of the car. He is my ride home. It's like, that's about enough shit talking for you. Get out. So, I said that if we're playing, I'm rolling my dice on a different table, behind a wall, in the dark.
Oh, and for the record, in case you do get tossed out of the car, I'm not picking you up. I live like 8 hours away from there.
That is true. Yeah, but you and Carly could make a road trip. It'd be awesome. I've seen this movie before. It's going to work out well.
Is it called Euro Trip?
I'll buy my own hotel with this dime. Excuse. Uh-oh, Garrett's picking me up. Yes, I've got to ride home after I get thrown out on the turnpike.
Yeah, aren't you going through West Virginia? Which is like Brad's worst.
Happy Friday to you, man. Leah, how far are we along on this? What do you got? What do you got left in each one of these? Do you assembly line paint, or do you paint each one and then move on to each one?
I do assembly line to start, and then detail wherever is individual.
Like, what level do you go? Like, how far do you take it in the assembly line?
Until I feel like it is good.
Until you feel like it's good. All right.
I mean, she's a savant, remember?
And this is true. For everyone watching that didn't hear it last night, Leah apparently is an anime heroine and just walked into and went, I'm good at this. And you're like, how did you get good at it? You're like, that seems dumb. I'm now the hero of the story. Let's go. And just moved on with your life. I was like, you just went, I'm going to paint. Did you learn how to paint? No, I just knew how to paint innately. You basically just had the force and just used it.
I really just pushed it on a model, and I was like, we got
in
Anime.
Yes, it definitely anime. You were definitely the main character in an anime, which is what typically happens. They're just like, I'm good at stuff. Why? Leave me be. I'm just good at stuff. The new weapon rules do look sweet, actually, Zach. I think that they're going to have to specialize. I would back in the day when Brandon and I were first riding our bicycles with the front tire that was really big and the back tire that was really small to tournaments.
Oh, with the playing card in it, too.
With a playing card on it. If you wanted to kill a tank, with infantry, you had to have an actual anti-tank unit, not just Ted and his boys can kill anything they see with any weapon they want. That was back in armor values, back in the old days. Where armor 13 was a big deal because almost all infantry came with a strength 6 or less weapon. And back then you had to roll a d6 plus the strength of your weapon, and then if it equaled or beat, you got a result on a tank. So if you couldn't get that high in the strength, you just went, cool, I guess that's a tank, and it would run you over.
I mean, I kind of miss armor values.
Well,
like facing,
yeah, they'll never do. I don't think they'll do facings anymore, but because it just made arguments. But the biggest thing about that is, I actually think that they're effectively not doing armor values, but they're doing it with toughness, Brandon. So if they take away the ability to wound anything on a 6. Effectively, you get the same thing, but you simplify it because you don't have 2 values. You don't have toughness and armor value. You just give all the tanks, which is it looks like what they're doing, huge toughness values, and say if you don't have this amount of strength, you just can't wound that toughness.
Which I'm all for. Because, I mean, for the longest time, they were on a scale of, what, 10?
Yeah.
Where every stat was between 1 and 10, and then, like, last edition, they bumped it up to 15.
Yeah, well,
Now they're going to 20.
and we'll see if we have anything double. I always thought double strength weapons were just stupid. Just make it a strength, period. You know what I mean? Like, that was always dumb to me.
Well, apparently railguns are strength 20 now.
I mean, that seems good.
And the highest toughness, according to Games Workshop, you know, till those codexes come out, is 14.
Yeah, but it's annoying for you to think that your stupid las guns wounding a dread or a lot of these tough things. Ironclad dreadnoughts, Telemons, Land Raiders. Like, come on, man. Like, you don't give a shit about that. Those guys shooting at you. Yeah, 5th edition. 5th edition was great, Garage Hammer. Actually, 4th edition was probably one of my favorite editions because it had so much ability to make unique characters and armies.
I do miss the character, and I really hope that when they release the codexes, they're not bland and they don't get rid of chapter traits and all that. Because you've been able to build your own custom Space Marine army since what, 4th edition?
Yeah. Well, it just pisses me off now that everybody, like for Marines, for instance, that's why I love still like Wolves and a couple others that have a uniqueness to them. There's too many homogenized Space Marines now. It's like so many armies just look exactly the same. You used to only be able to take certain units in certain chapters. So that was a big deal. So you had weaknesses, but you had strengths that other people didn't have. Like, for instance, there was only a couple chapters that got, I mean, you were talking about, they probably won't bring it back, but like there was instant death and only like 2 different chapters had something to stop that. Salamanders had the Salamander Mantle, and then Space Wolves had Saga of the Bear. Besides that, if you got hit with double toughness, you just died if you failed your save.
But even like Storm Ravens were only Blood Angels and Grey Knights. I mean, the box literally comes with all the conversion parts are Blood Angels and Grey Knights, and now everyone can have one.
Well, yeah, remember that also, it depended what the missiles did too. Like the Storm Ravens for the
Psych Out missiles.
The Grey Knights were all Psych Out missiles, and then the Blood Angels had the missiles that were super high strength because they were
Blood Fury.
Yep, they were anti-tank missiles, and that was cool. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just having unique things is cool. We're playing a game, and I know they're trying to, you know, people want it to be more uniform for play.
Play chess. Play a video game.
I know, it's just like, it's still, you want to have fun. You want to have a unique army. You know what I mean? Uh-oh, I'm going to go. Leo, if you had to use only one army, what would you take?
Me, only one army.
One army. What's your top army? You're
Corn babies.
Corn babies?
Corn babies.
Brandon?
Demons.
I mean, Space Marines.
You can't just say Space Marines. That's such a wide selection. That's like saying I would use miniatures. Cool. Good. Where to narrow that down? I'd use plastic models. Got it.
I can't even limit it down to that. Like half my army is metal. Let's see. So for the longest time, I was playing White Scars. And I really want to redo a White Scars army, but I don't feel like the current rules match that, and so I hope in 10th it changes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because White Scars used to be all bikes, and now it's like, hey, if you're not running Assault Marines of some sort, are you doing it right?
I like any army that plays in all of the phases, to be honest with you. I'm super excited. They were talking about the not having a psychic phase, and everybody was like, well, when would you cast spells? It's only since 8th edition that we had a psychic phase. all psychics used to be effectively against your leadership, and or I guess in 7th they did it by number of successes. But like you used to have be able to cast your psychics in the phase that they were affected things in. So you had psychics that were in the move phase, you had psychics at the beginning of the turn, you had psychics if they did like a shooting effect, they would be in the shooting phase.
And I didn't have any problems with it. I don't really know why we moved to a psychic phase.
Yeah.
Was it 1,000 Suns who really triggered that?
Well, they're always going to show stuff. The thing is that, I would love to see data sheets that are not Space Marines, except for they're by far the most popular, so they're always going to put them out first. I would love to see Cybolt ammo come back into Grey Knights. Grey Knights are an army that I've had and I've loved to hate at the same time, because they should be significantly more different than they are right now. They just feel like psychic regular Marines, as opposed to the fact that they're supposed to have all of this super anti-warp technology, that they're the only people that have it, and they should have a bunch of really cool weapons and shit. They don't do a good enough job of that, I think. They literally are supposed to have, because like they murder everybody that finds about chaos mostly, and all of the Grey Knights know about it, so they've been teching all of their weapon are anti-chaos things. You don't even put that evil on me, Danny. Invisibility. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Fuck that. Oh my god. One of the worst things ever.
Invisibility?
Yeah. Oh, it's just stupid.
Psych-out grenades.
Psychic grenades were
psycho-joke grenades, whatever they're called.
Yeah, whatever. That wasn't still as bad as... For everybody that didn't play at the time, invisibility used to be a psychic power that effectively auto-cast if you had enough pluses, and you would. That said, my units only hit on a 6. Unmodifiable. Just only 6s. And cool, that's back...
And immune to templates.
Yeah, and immune to templates, which was effectively anything with which would be the blast or flamer rule right now. So it was just fucking... Oh, god damn. I'm just getting mad thinking about it. Ugh.
There were ways around it, though.
Yeah, the GKR are Malleus. They're anti-demon. All of their stuff is... Their entire chapter is specifically made to fight chaos. That's what they are. They're too just kind of everything now. And that's the problem with most people in Power Armor, is they're just bland. I do a little bit of everything right now. I like the focus on what you're supposed to do. Yeah, Flying Circus can also fuck itself.
How about Hollow Falcons? Insane Clown Posse?
Oh, God. I had Big Pete, lost his mind about that, though. Do you remember I don't even know if you were there for the tournament, the game room. So, back in the day, you only could wound these guys on a 6, and then you could only blow them up on a 6, but they made you re-roll it. So
no, it was roll 2 dice, pick the lowest.
Pick the lowest. And I shot him with obliterators twice, and both shots killed a falcon each when he was playing Insane Clown Posse. And he's just like, I was raging, and he's just like, oh my god, Brad, do you know what the odds of that even happening are? And I go, well, according to this experiment, 100%. Remove your stuff. He's like, oh! I don't think Force will come back as a weapon rule, because I don't think they'll do instant death, because GW is super big on, I've talked to them quite a bit about this. The guys there are super big on not having feels bads, and obviously they do have some, but they try to stay away from them as much as humanly possible. So anything that makes it so you're not having a good time, I guess, and small rules like that I don't think they're burned back. I didn't see that actually in the stealth roll. No, I didn't. I'll have to check that out. I read a bunch of it, to tell you the truth. The problem is I go into my random when I read everything in the middle of the night because I can't sleep. So half the time I'm like, did I have a dream about reading this specific rule or not?
So how's the chat doing on this, by the way?
What's that?
Are we popular or people hanging out the entire time?
People are chatting. I mean, we don't have a ton of engagement just because of the fact that we went randomly live in the afternoon here, but demon question for you. Brad, what's the best anti-fiends unit in Space Marines, given they are essentially fast wolfing? Anything with I gotta think about that, because like they're really susceptible to anything with multi-damage with volume of fire.
How many wounds do they have?
I think they're 4. Are they 4 or 3? I think they're 4. But literally anything that has, weirdly enough, yeah, they're 4. Hello, nerds. Yeah, but like an autocannon type thing is a big deal against him. Just anything that's putting a volume of wounds into that is anti. You know, I'm going to say it. I'm going to put those suppressors on them. Fuck those suppressors. Those guys are dead to me.
I'm telling you, you're going to need suppressors for Tau.
Yeah, exactly. And I said it just so he wouldn't say it in front of me because they've been giving me shit about this. In behalf of chat, we all need the bread we can get in our lives. I appreciate that. I'm always willing to sit and fucking talk shit.
So is for the chat. Is this something we would be interested in watching with better cameras and
better cameras and mics?
Yeah.
Better audio and video?
Yes.
I'm very disappointed because I told Leah she had to talk in her big girl voice and she yelled at me and everything sounded perfect. And then you didn't talk for an hour.
I just think I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh God, that is so whack. Oh God. You know, I also like to ask questions. That's the thing is we want to have effectively what we want to do is we want to have Brandon and guest and Leah, you've got doing your own channel stuff too, but we'd love to do some stuff with you, of course. But these guys doing random hobby stuff, and then we just talk about hobby, the game, the whatever, and just interact with chat, just talk. Just have like an afternoon of hanging out. Basically making it a fancy tea party. Make it sexy. I'm specifically supposed to tell this to you. And he says, and I'm going to read it in my Morgan Freeman voice. A nice multi-camp setup. A nice multi-camp setup would be nice. You could see your faces and what you're painting and have Brad switch as you guys talk. That would be amazing.
I agree. Well, I think moving forward, if like we have multiple guests, that would solve some of the audio issues because they'd be in different areas.
True, a little bit, but it also solve a lot of your audio problems if you two fucking monkeys weren't talking on tin cans with strings attached to them to each other. So that would also save a lot of that. You're like, hey guys, what mics are you using? You guys are like, we just yell into this paper towel roll and hope for the best. You're like, I don't know if that's going to be the best quality. Akira just said that he'd love to see a display board build paint because you don't see those often at all. Yeah, it's true. If it isn't sexy, I don't eat. Ricky, love it. I love that Pete goes, I just finished painting my stuff that I wanted to get ready for 9th, just in time for 10th. And the thing is that I'd love for this to be something that everybody watches and hangs out and takes part in. We chat, we talk, but also that maybe you guys will do your hobby project stuff at the same time. You know what I mean? And we'll kind of you get more models done. So maybe that army gets ready.
I mean, I'm open to having anyone join us and hang out.
I feel that this is definitely going to be. Are you guys going to duel? Ooh, Leah, will both of you hold on to the red as you pouring the liquid the blood on the thing? I need to have you both doing it, like cutting the cake, smashing the glass. Mazel tov. Let's do this.
No.
You know what? I'm very disappointed now. I thought this was about friendship. We were gonna have a My Little Ponies episode.
I'm getting stares from Ryan, just so you know.
Look, he's gonna film it. It's all gonna work out. And Kyle, I don't understand how you don't already have the Carlisle show. All of us are disappointed at this. Once I found out that Kyle and Lyle were best friends, I just thought it was some sort of joke that they made. I'm like, nope, this has been going on forever. I'm like, I love everything about this. Oh, dude, always. You know, I got this from Naden said this, and I really abide by it. I don't do any of it because I can't model for shit. But he just said that like he learned stuff by trying and failing and just saying, screw it, I don't really give a shit. If I fuck it up, I'll just try anyways. What did the robot say?
Everybody.
I love the duel. I don't know why it's happening, but that's okay.
I think there's feedback coming off my mic to hers. Because we're in the same room. She's literally standing 4 feet away from me. Like we had the same issue when I was working for county government.
Sorry, it's no longer a robot. It's a robot in a hallway. So I do want to know how far along you think you are. What if you would have to put a time on when this army is going to be done today? What time would we choose?
I would be happy with 8 p.m.
Oh, are you just trying to corn everything up here?
100%.
I feel like you're going to be done at like 4 o'clock and you're going to paint one axe for 4 hours just to make sure it's done at 8 o'clock.
You know, they're all right. Let's look.
I'm pulling up the Magna rack.
I don't know what that means.
Well, that all needs to be painted.
Yeah, but it's not like it's not starting at 0. Those look basically painted to me.
They're battle ready.
You guys are just paint snobs now. Again, we're going to that pinkies out painting now.
As I'm using my
You know what? It's funny that you say that because Brad, you're going to marathon stream until the painting is done. If I wasn't going to the tournament, I actually thought about just sitting here and chatting while you guys were painting all day, but I actually have to make myself clean and paint. I am still gym sweaty from where I just came back from. So I'd like to get some clothes to wear this weekend, and eventually I have to leave for Pittsburgh.
So I think once moving forward, when I get a better camera and a better idea how to set up the technology, I wouldn't mind doing an all-day thing because I could sit here and chat for 8 hours and paint, and it makes the painting go by faster since I'm actually entertaining Brad, who's really just a big kid.
I mean, yeah, I'd refute that, but yeah, completely. I am the oldest person here and the youngest person emotionally, for sure.
Brad, I've known you for over 12 years now, so, you know.
And nothing has changed, just my head.
Only your hair, just your hair.
And the hair's still bad. It's always been bad. But I wouldn't mind. I'm actually debating on doing a marathon stream fairly soon, where we'll do it probably closer to MCM, but I'm thinking about doing a marathon stream for charity and basically doing it in 2-hour increments and promoting other people's channels. Leo, we can get you on to stream. I want to do you just get everybody basically doing dual streams on their channel and the DOG channels. And then we're going to do like a big charity thing. And then we'll do giveaways and shit like that.
1 second, Brad. Yeah. Where would I? If you go up to the kitchen, there's a coffee pot. It's when you make the coffee, is literally in the cap.
Well, it won't
make sure
be.
you change out the filter and pour in. The more coffee you put, the stronger it's going to be.
The wine thing is a real thing because I don't have wine in my house. My wife doesn't drink, so I don't drink here anymore. So that's a real problem. However, the health problem is not a problem because I won't be doing the marathon stream myself. I'm going to have everybody else do it. So we'll basically switch out. Everybody will do like a couple hours at a time.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be fun. Like, just we could vote on like a project or get some models together, and I can build them all. Like, I don't care. We'll have fun.
I'm down for that.
I don't build my models, Ryan does.
You just in my mind, you literally just take like you took an armload of boxes and just dumped them on him and went, "Make it happen, go, assemble, clown, assemble."
100%.
That is true. Pete does work Wednesdays. We're gonna put him on. We're gonna do a cops episode with Pete. Bad boys, what you gonna do?
We need to get Scott Ferguson on.
Only once he's like way into shrooms. So he can just tell us insane shit. I love that. Oh my god, if Renton paints another guard army, I think he's gonna stop playing 40k. He's so unhappy painting Tom's army right now, by the way. He just like, I hate painting little random infantry. Makes me so angry. Oh, 2 times.
He owns guard models. Like, I think he wants to paint his own. That's why he's sad.
Possibly. He's got a shit ton of AdMech. If I could do a skit where I arrest Brad in a leprechaun suit. That is funny. You can do it next year. Because I did tell the Moo crew that for Adepticon that I would be their mascot and I would dress up as a leprechaun. Ooh, that, you know what? I challenge both of you. I got this from John here. Speed paint challenge would be fun in the charity event. 3-color minimum. Paint as many points to a 3-color minimum as possible. 1 big model or a horde of elites. Might be. I would love. What do you guys think about that? Would you two do it?
I would do it.
I would.
See,
We just need to get the models.
that sounds super cool to me, honestly. We could all do. Also, you could do something like that, and we could have multiple people doing a speed paint challenge, and then we could auction it off for our charity. Because I think we're going to do children's cancer research. So we could do a giveaway. We could do Rock and Solid. We could do. I don't know. I want to promote. I want to promote our channel, our all of our channels, to be doing stuff together, and then I also like to do. I don't know. I like to do charities that I know that do real things. I don't donate to anything unless I know somebody that's actually physically doing something with that. I just assume most charities are stealing things. Like, let me see
I
your
don't think that they're
books.
stealing, but they're definitely not using the money in everyone's interest. Like the breast cancer research, like 90% of it goes to people's pockets.
Yeah, I don't like that. I know multiple hospitals. Like I went to the, for instance, when we go to Charity Hammer, Colin Sherman's event out in Seattle, he does the toys for kids with cancer in the hospital, and they give 100% of that money goes into that. So it's like really cool.
I mean, I don't see. We have plenty of talented people in Death or Glory and friends of Death or Glory, so let's do it.
You know, I do like that Pete says that charity seems too depressing. What about the Ladies of the Night College Charity Fund? We would have significantly different giveaways. So, like,
I'm sure that's what the boys' party bus is.
yeah, but I'm down with that. I don't know when to hold it. If anybody's got ideas, I'm definitely going to try to make an outdoor tournament happen. I don't know how big it could be because it'd have to be like either a backyard-ish type thing where somebody has a lot of space. But like, I don't understand how we don't have any like 24-man-ish like outdoor tournaments.
I think the people who organize Nova do, but that's just really for close friends like we would have.
I mean, it's just I would love just to have something where we just enjoy it also blows my mind that the summer becomes the big tournament season. I'm like, I want to be outside in the summer. And in the winter when it's freezing, we don't even have as many tournaments. I'm like, I would love to go to a tournament because it's been gray for 3 months in a row. I'm gonna switch this up. I gotta figure out how I can water ski while playing 40K.
I mean, Eloise and I were chatting, like, we want to go do more, like, fun summer stuff. Like, we were talking about doing Cruise Hammer. We were talking about maybe going to Europe. We want to see, like, we want it to be an actual vacation. We want to have fun, enjoy ourselves, and if 40K happens, it happens.
Yeah, our weather is outside. Yeah, but like you can get some really good things going on because you can also just do a tent. I mean, as long as it does, I guess it doesn't pour down epic rain or something.
So it depends on how big the event. No one's going to own a tent that large. You're going to have to pay a rental company to come set it up, but it's not that bad. It's like $1,500 for a 150-foot tent.
Those two and bring them to MCM. Exactly. I could see canopies in gazebo, yeah. I don't know. I live in freaking Ohio, so like I don't get that many months of really good weather, so I don't want to spend them all inside. But I do like playing 40K a lot. Actually, I got called out about this. We were talking about how sometimes I go, I because of the way I feel, I want to fast forward my games. They go, you don't actually like playing 40K. You like winning at 40K and talking about it later while drinking. I'm like, well, you're not wrong.
I mean, Brad, I know you and I have had this conversation. 40K is a terrible game. Like, it's not balanced. The rules are
Suspect.
less than optimal. The best part about 40K, and what you don't get in other competitive games like, I don't know, StarCraft, is the community. Like, hanging out afterwards, going out to dinner, shooting the shit.
Yeah, it's so much better. Like, just the hanging out with the community is the only reason I keep playing this.
Like, if you didn't have that community, would the 40K exist? No, it wouldn't. I don't think, at least.
Yeah, I get 40K is balanced compared to other games. Looking at you, Magic the Gathering. That seems like a real fun community. No. Bad.
All right, we have two Magic nerds in here.
I know.
Is it a fun community to hang out with? Brian says yes.
Man.
What?
Is the Magic the Gathering community a fun community to hang out with?
I think so.
Okay. I've just heard horror stories. I've only... it's weird because that's one of the few card games that I haven't played competitively because it just seemed like it would cost an infinite amount of money.
Yes.
Just because they have so many sets coming out. It's set after set after set.
You know what? I'm going to keep this going for 5 or so minutes, and I want everybody to tell me anything that they'd like to see for the setup. How about you two? What do you guys want to see? What are you guys interested to do on stream, hobby-wise?
I guess I'll go ahead. I'd like to sit down the entire time.
Nope.
I'm not a chump. I've been standing this entire time.
We're gonna really up the ante. We're gonna have you doing like squats and jogging while modeling.
40K fit.
40K fit. It's just like.
But go ahead, Ray.
3 Brads, 1 cup of no oil. Basing.
So, I mean, for me, this was definitely a learning experience. Like, I would invest in a new camera next time I decide to go about this. Definitely have to test the audio issues, get that all figured out. But like, I would like to explain what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and how I come with this creative decision. But I can't because this looks like a fucking potato.
Look, man, everybody's got to use a potato cam in the beginning. That's what it's all about. I think we should have an automatic barbecue. I'm going to set up a barbecue. Maybe I'll buy a food truck. I used to have one when I owned the pizza places.
Bring it down to ATC. I'll cook for us.
That's what I'm saying. We could set that up, rock that out. I'm traveling. I'm gonna expand on Joe's War Games Live. It's gonna be War Games Live and barbecue. I
think the biggest thing is getting the permits, because you need a permit for every county you visit, state and county.
Yeah, because you need a specific, because you need a mobile vendor's license. Or you could just be on the move so much that you never buy one. You just hope that you just don't get caught.
I'm pretty sure they do a foodborne illness investigation with every.
Deuces, chumps, I'm out of here. I'm in town for the weekend, and I smoke bomb this shit. I'm gone.
I'm never coming back to Nova.
So that would work. All right.
There's definitely a market for better food quality at events.
No, 1,000%. I would love to see more stuff. Make it easier. Leah, let me see where you're at. Give us a little model walk with your models here. Hey, come on, make it sexy.
You have the X. Use the X.
I feel like you're just spiting me now. You know where to put the model, but you're not. It's just it's.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm just getting messages of screw you, Brad. I do what I want.
Whatever I do, I don't know.
Better.
Can I see a done one?
I don't have a done one.
Can I see an almost done one?
Okay, I think this was almost done one.
Who's the almost done guy?
You have the knight.
Well, I think he wants 8,000.
Is he glued?
I don't care what you give me. I just want to see some models that you painted.
Okay. I got the night one. Oh.
And then I'm going to tell you to scooch him to the left.
I need a bigger camera.
We need a bigger boat. Now I'm making Jaws references. These are so old. I am 1,000. Tilt him. There we go. And now do the model turn.
And the model turn.
And then sing Sexy and You Know It. Look at you killing it out. Oh, we've got a suggestion. I love it too. Strap a GoPro to the person making Scenery's head. That way we get a real time.
Smart. We got them right now.
Kablam. I feel like that thing was made of lead or something. That hit pretty hard.
All right, so how much more time do we have, Brad?
We have as much time as you want, as long as it's a very small amount of time.
Oh, perfect. So I'm going to steal the web camera that Leah's using, so we can actually like go through and look at everything that I've done, because my camera looks like shit.
We were talking about the vehicle toughness earlier, and I really, really like it because I hated the fact that vehicles get hurt by trash weapons. I think that you should have anti-tank weapons to be able to do shit to a vehicle.
This is the longest wire ever. Perfect.
It would have been
not long enough.
Okay, all I'm saying is you guys had an opportunity for you to basically put her on your back like Yoda, and you guys didn't do it, and now I'm super bummed that it didn't happen.
All right.
And you guys have now exploded everything, so we have absolutely no video from either one of you, so I guess I'll just talk with Abaddon next to me.
There we go.
I'm putting Ryan's butt back up here.
All right.
Do it.
So this is the actual what it looks like without being a potato.
You're doing more work than me done. Oh, fuck.
Thought this was a competition that you said you were going to win.
Yeah, I mean, everyone was betting on her. I don't know why.
You gotta
So, yeah.
move. You gotta move slightly slower because you're basically giving me Blair Witch Cam.
There you go. Hold it up.
Steady, steady, hold steady. Oh, that's true. We could have done Master Blaster also. Who runs Bartertown? You guys had so many opportunities for this. Yes, everybody's like, slow down, bro. Bro, everybody's. And I'm now going to go throw up because of motion sickness.
Ooh, ooh.
Enhance.
Enhance.
Oh, shit. Oh, butt or models, which is better? Good point. I might start a poll. Look at that. Good times on that. Okay, is there any chance that you'll be able to figure this out by this evening to at least give us a final view of Leah putting the last drop of paint on at exactly 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and you pouring blood from the cauldron of blood onto the... I mean, I feel like I'm making this way more exciting than it'll be, but also it sounds pretty cool.
I mean, in 4 hours, yeah. I'll be ready.
Oh,
Ready?
that was
I'm disconnecting this camera.
your mic dropping.
There you go. You plug your camera back in.
What's on?
So
Back to potato cam.
Potato Cam. Like, we're gonna put secret models in there. I'm actually pretty pumped to see the red flowing blood on this.
So for the red flowing blood, I plan on using a UV resin to make sure it dries in time. And the bases are also going to have it on it as well.
Leah, do you have, both of you, Brandon, Leah, do you have, what do you guys, like, do you have hobby track goals this year, overall goals?
Yes.
I do.
Can we be privy to these type of goals? Or are you just like, yes, I could, but I'm not going to let you know? This is hurtful.
Well, so I don't know what events I'm going to be attending in 10th yet. That's the long and short of it. I don't know what events I'm going to be attending yet. The last event that I have on my books is ATC.
Mm-hmm. I see. What about yourself, Leah? What are you thinking?
I really want to work on no detail left behind. Every single day, the detail comes out.
I like what's happening here.
I don't think you actually answered his question at all.
Not even a little bit, but I still like the fact that she said something. I basically said, what are your goals for the future? And you said, I like turkey sandwiches, but only if they don't have mayo. But you know what? I'll take that as an answer. 5 points Gryffindor. But
Brad would like to know, what are your hobby goals?
for this year,
I think for me to be able to do definitely better at highlighting, looking at models for spotlight effect and being to really bring those out properly. As well with that is where we're getting out a lot that have more detail, like the world eaters compared to other Marines I have worked with in Avon are so much more detailed with like little grenades on them here and there, little pieces, crevices. You know, with only painting for 8 months, it's something I really work on for myself or hobby is to be able to look at these details and bring them out instead of just, I mean, they're there, but being able to really have, okay, I can actually see this detail that's not just there, if that makes any sense.
yeah, it does actually. I like it. rocking it out, killing stuff off. We need an end of.
Okay.
And
So how do we want that? Do we want a video? Do we want?
I would like anything you want. I'll be in a car going to Pittsburgh, so I cannot just get frustrated and just take you live. So you're going to have to make this happen. But I'd love to see some pics. I mean, if you want to just slam up the pics on the site, the Instagram or anything like that, but I want to see end results of Leah's army and the display board. And optimally, I'd like to see both, and then I'd like to see the combo. I'd love to see the models on the finished display board.
Well, do you need them today or by? Definitely tomorrow.
Just whenever for those. But I'd love to see it pouring. I'd love to see it pouring, and I would love to see a video of the last brushstroke at exactly 8 p.m. I need that to I need that to happen.
You have 3 hours and 42 minutes.
I need you to
right?
literally look at the camera,
I know.
pan to the clock, look back, and finish the paint job as you go away.
What Brad doesn't know is we can totally just change the clock to whatever time it is.
This is you guys being terrible people about this.
All right, let's see. We will go Facebook Live. Is there any way to go Facebook Live on the Death of Glory page?
Yes, it's super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
All right.
So everybody, until then, be ready for video dropping on Facebook at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have so little faith in you being able to do this, but I have hope, and hope is all you need. So until then, everybody, thanks for hanging out.
Thank you for hanging out, everybody.
Thanks so much, guys.